tree in the heart of a quiet forest where the sun painted golden patterns on the mossy ground. A gentle breeze carried the sound of rustling leaves and soft chirps. But today, something felt different. Something felt exciting. Something felt like a story about to begin. And it all started with a tiny rustle behind a blueberry bush. A pair of long ears peeked out. Trembly, nervously, followed by a small twitching nose. It was Rollo, the shy little rabbit known throughout the forest for avoiding everyone and everything. He was sweet, gentle, and harmless, but incredibly afraid of the world. Even butterflies startled him. Even falling leaves made him jump. But Rollo had a secret dream he never told anyone. He wished he could be brave, just once, just long enough to make a friend. That dream sat in his heart, shining quietly like a small lantern. But every time he tried to talk to someone, fear pushed him back into the shadows. On the other side of the forest lived Zivo, the clever fox. Everyone knew him. Smart, quick-thinking, and always up to something interesting. Zivo was the kind of fox who could solve any puzzle, escape any trap, and find food even in the coldest winter. Some animals admired him. Some feared him. And some stayed far away because they believed cleverness meant trickery. But Zivo wasn't bad. Not at all. Simply adds, a sharp mind and a sharper reputation. One he didn't always deserve. But today would change everything for him, for Rollo, and for the forest. It began when Zivo noticed the forest acting strangely. Birds were whispering, squirrels were climbing nervously, and even the wind seemed unsure where to blow. Something's off, Zivo muttered. His eyes narrowed as he scanned the forest floor, fleds, when he noticed small footprints, teeny, quick, uneven. Rabbit footprints. And not just any rabbit. They belonged to Rollo, the shy one, so timid that he barely ever left his burrow. Why would he come this far? Zivo wondered. Then he heard it. A tiny squeak, a frightened squeal, a desperate cry for help. Without waiting another breath, Zivo sprinted through the trees, thieving around roots and branches until he reached a small clearing where Rollo was cornered by a fallen branch. The branch hadn't hurt him, but it had trapped him inside a tight cluster of brambles. He was trembling hard, unable to move. Zivo approached slowly, not wanting to scare him more. Rollo, hey, you okay? The rabbit froze. His heart thumped like a drum. Please don't eat me, he whispered as Zivo tilted his head. I'm not here to eat you. I'm here to help. Rollo blinked, confused. No one had ever rushed to help him before. Foxes usually scared rabbits. But Zivo looked serious, not hungry, not tricked, just concerned. Carefully, Zivo inspected the branches. Hold still. With a quick, clever move, he snapped a twig in half, then pushed another aside, creating a small opening. Rollo hopped out, still shaky. There. You're free, Zivo said. But instead of running away, Rollo stayed. He looked at Zivo with wide eyes filled with uncertainty. Why? Why would you help me? Zivo shrugged. Why wouldn't I? Rollo had no answer. He simply stared as if the fox had solved a puzzle the world had never figured out. Before Zivo could say more, the ground rumbled softly. Leaves shook. Bushes rustled. Something big was approaching. Zivo and Rollo turned to see a giant boar stomping toward them, madly searching for food. The boar snorted angrily, tossing aside logs and mushrooms. He wasn't evil, just hungry and bad-tempered. Rollo's legs shook again. Zivo leaned close. Stay behind me, Rollo gulped and nodded. The boar spotted them. His eyes narrowed. He stomped forward, snorting loudly. Rollo's Instinct screamed run, but he stayed. Because Zivo stood there, calm, thoughtful, calculating. Boar, Zivo called out. There's no need to cause trouble. The boar snorted. Move. I'm hungry. There's food by the river, Zivo said. Plenty of roots. And berries. Heading the wrong way. The boar hesitated. Shuz, how do you know? Zivo smirked. Because I checked earlier. And if you keep stomping here, you'll scare away everything. That part was slightly exaggerated, but convincing. The boar huffed, glared, then turned and trotted toward the river. When he disappeared, Rouleau exhaled shakily. You saved me! Again Zivo chuckled. More like we saved each other. I didn't do anything. Rollo whispered, not true, Zivo replied. You stayed. You didn't run. That takes courage. Rollo blinked. Courage? Him. Thought felt impossible. But warm. For the first time ever, someone believed in him. As they walked together, Rollo asked softly, Zivo, do you really think I can be brave? I know you can, Zivo said. Bravery isn't about being fearless. It's about acting even when you're scared. They continued deeper into the forest, talking slowly. Rollo surprised himself he wasn't shaking. He wasn't hiding. He was actually enjoying the company. And Zivo, clever as he was, enjoyed having someone who listened sincerely. Suddenly, they heard frantic squeaking overhead. Weber squirrels clung to a shaking branch high above. The wind had grown stronger, and the nest was about to fall. Rollo gasped. We have to help them. Exactly, Zivo said. Backhand climbed trees. I can't, Rollo whispered, surprising even himself. Then let's do it together. Rollo hopped onto a lower branch while Zivo guided him. Careful, a little left. Steady. Rollo trembled, but he didn't stop. Inch by inch, he reached the nest. The baby squirrels squeaked helplessly. Rollo nudged the nest with his head and gently pushed it back into a safe crook of the tree. There you go, he whispered. As he made his way down, he almost slipped, but Zivo positioned himself beneath him. Jump, Zivo said. I'll catch you. Rollo gulped and leaped. Zivo caught him cleanly. When they reached the ground, the squirrel mother hurried over, chattering gratefully. Rollo blushed, overwhelmed by the amount of thanks. When she left, Rollo looked at Zivo. Did I really do that? You saved them, Zivo said proudly. That was all you. Rollo's heart swelled. For once, he had been the brave one. But the forest wasn't done testing them yet. As evening approached, a dark cloud rolled overhead. Storm winds roared through the trees. Rain started to pour, heavy and cold. We need shelter, Zivo said. Follow me. But as they hurried through the forest, they heard a tiny cry. A bird chick had fallen from its nest, struggling weakly on the muddy ground. Lightning flashed, thunder cracked. Rollo froze, his fear rose again, but something stronger pushed through kindness. We can't leave it, he shouted over the wind. Zivo nodded. The fox lifted the chick gently with his teeth, and Rollo led the way to a hollow log. The storm raged outside, but inside the log was safe and dry. They waited together, shivering but hopeful, protecting the tiny bird until the thunder softened into quiet raindrops. When morning came, sunlight filtered through the trees. The storm had passed. Zivo and Rollo stepped out of the log, exhausted but proud. Rollo, Zivo said, you weren't just brave, you were kind. And kindness is the strongest courage of all. Rollo felt something shift inside him. A new confidence, a new warmth. For the first time, he didn't feel like the shy rabbit hiding from the world. He felt like someone who mattered, someone who could make a difference. As they walked back to the clearing, the bird's parents swooped down, chirping gratefully. The forest animals gathered, murmuring about everything Rollo had done. Rollo wanted to hide, but instead, he smiled, shyly, but genuinely. "Thank you," he whispered. Then, he turned to Zivo. "Thank you for believing in me before I believed in myself." Zivo grinned. "What are friends for?" "Friends," Rollo repeated, his heart warming. "I like that." From that day on, the clever fox and the shy rabbit became the most unexpected pair in the forest. Zivo taught Rollo courage. Rollo taught Zivo kindness. And the forest learned a lesson that spread like sunshine through the trees. Being clever makes you smart. Being brave makes you strong. But being kind, that makes you unforgettable. And so, the forest grew more peaceful, more united, and more full of gentle courage. Because one shy rabbit dared to be kind. And one clever fox chose to care. And together, their friendship became the story the forest would tell for generations.